on the previous episode.
First, we finally hit some luck and get the +1 speed for the wide receivers on the strategy item. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, episode 16 of the No Money Spent. If you've been enjoying the daily content, subscribe, turn notifications on, and like at the end of this video. But let's get into it. Superstars Part 2 dropped. The main cards being Saquon Barkley, Tyron Smith, Vita Vea, and Buda Baker, as long with some 86 mini bosses. Best ones probably being Terry McLaurin and the linemen. There also came out the second part of the solos that were locked from last Friday. Now you can get all the XP missions done, some more cards that I end up finishing when the solos drop on Friday. This is currently, well, this was Friday, but we're going to go back to Thursday. Weekend League opens up. Before that, I had played through another head-to-head season while getting bounced in the wildcard round, but I'm not going to show any of that gameplay. I was really just trying out a new scheme. It wasn't that interesting of gameplay. A lot of them were blowouts. But we end up getting Tyron Smith from this midfield pack, as well as pull a Darrelle Revis somewhere in that head-to-head season. So we see the coins, we're stacking up. We're at 106,000. We end up getting rid of Josh Allen to pick up the main man, Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes. You'll see I get him for 133k. I'm dead broke. I end up selling a couple of gold cards, some uniforms, and we end up equipping, just like Josh Allen, set feet lead as we go into weekend league. You're going to see it's basically the same team. I'm broke. I can't really get offensive line abilities or any defensive abilities. The team has basically been the same we've been running for the past week, except we've finally picked up Daniel Jones for that speed. So we're going to hop into our first weekend league game. We're going to be playing 3 games this episode, and then tomorrow's is going to be a little bit more. I probably won't show all the games, but yeah, we're going to match up with actually a Packers theme team. It's going to be funny because in the second game, we also match up with a kind of a Packers theme team. But this game, normally in weekend league, I'd say for strategy planning, if you plan on getting legend, 17 plus wins or top 100, your first 10 to 15 games are going to be relatively easy for you. If you struggle in these, then you probably are going to finish under about 17 wins. But this game started out a little slow. I was trying out mid blitz, wasn't really working all too well. I kept running mid-blitz with some man coverage, and he just kept hitting Devontae Adams. And eventually, A.J. Dillon, like I said, full Packers theme team. A.J. Dillon is going to get in the end zone, so we're going to go down 7-0 early. But don't worry, Daniel Jones, he's gonna find Devin Hester on the corner out. Not really stressing at this point. I'm not really worried. He had a Packers theme team. His offense wasn't too complex. He's trying to run mid-blitz. I'm going to check down to George Kittle. He's about to get a first down, bringing up a third and short, which we are going to eventually find LT, and I think I get in the end zone here. I do, to bring up 7-7, middle of the second quarter. Our opponent now with Rodgers. I'm still running the double A gap, but I'm kind of switching to cover 2. And pretty much he threw, I didn't even expect him to throw it to me, but basically threw it right at me to bring us up 14-7. Now a little sped up, 1st and 10. On my own 42, a pump fake, checks down to Aaron Jones, who makes me eat turf, honestly. And at this point, really, we're trying to hold him to 3. Defense, we all know, is not very good in this game. He's going to try to go Devontae Adams. J.C. Jackson, I believe, is going to moss him. 14-7 now. We get ball at half. We're looking for a score. I kind of want to give this guy the ball back. I think he'll make a mistake. We check down to LT, get out of bounds as well after we get a couple of extra yards. Now, 1:30 left. Danny Dimes in the pocket. It's going to hit the backside flood with Tyreek Hill. And another thing about weekend league, after the opponents, as you see, this opponent quits. This game was easy. This next game, actually, we're going to focus on this game. User Clams, another kind of Packers mix of a theme team. And this one got a little scary, I'm not going to lie. I knew this person wasn't that good off the first play he ran, but you're going to see. He's going to start out in single back. I have Miles Jack in a deep blue instead of Ed Reed. This was a mistake. And, I mean, he just assumed, I guess, that Tyreek Hill was going to beat Miles Jack deep. Puts us down 7-0. And then on the ensuing kickoff, he's going to pooch kick it to Kyle Pitts. Remember, I play on conservative. An auto hurdle into a fumble. We luckily tackle him. But just like that, he also got a 2-point conversion. It's 8-0 at this point. Very next play, Corner route, Tyreek Hill settles at the 1 with our opponent eventually getting in on a little quick slant. I ran commit, and right now I do stop on the 2-point conversion, but at this point it's 14-0. I'm in the hole. I know how bad defense is. I'm a little shook at this point, but his defense was really bad, so I wasn't worried. So basically, get one stop, I get ball to half, and we're fine. There's no need to stress. He's coming out, like I said, like field goal block. I don't know if he was taking this game too serious. He ends up trying to onside kick me a couple times, but now Rodgers gonna come out, and again he's just gonna, I'm running cover 3 now. Rodgers just hucks it down the field to Tyreek, and he's ran like 5 plays and has 21 points. I'm gonna fast forward because he did onside kick it, so I only got a couple plays. Eventually we run it with LT, bring it to 21-14, 2:38 left, and finally the first play of his drive. Aaron Rodgers, he has bazooka X factor still, so he's gonna look to try to use it. I think he rolls out here and he just hucks a deep one against our cover 2 zone. I slowed down with Adderley because I thought it was a little shorter. Thank God Ed Reed is able to make up for my mistake. And at this point, I'm trying to clock it so I get ball to start the second half after scoring. Back-to-back scores will put me up 28-21. 37 seconds left. Daniel Jones going to show off that 85 speed. I had nothing open. 85 speed compared to Josh Allen's, I believe, 77. And it's going to tie the game up with 30 seconds left. I don't believe I do get the ball to start the second half. He did not score after that. I'm going to check down the LT. This game was very high scoring. I'm not going to show many more clips. 28-21. Our opponent now, 4th and 7. I feel like he needs to get this if he wants to stay in this game, and really nothing's open. He just kind of forces it up, and it falls incomplete. At this point, I believe the game's over. 2nd and 7. Again, I think I'm just running flood concepts. We're going to hit Allsworth. They're running a couple bit of a cover 2. We're going to hit it over the middle. And I think that's going to do it for this game. Another probably interception from Rodgers. He's looking deep. I mean, he was going deep in the beginning. It just happened to work the first 2 times. Now I'm kind of been playing it. Another interception. And I believe that's going to do it. I'm going to run out the clock in the next play. The final score ends up being, I believe, 45-21 or 28. Here we are, 45-21 for our second game, putting us up at 2-0 for Weekend League. Haven't really played any competition, so we're going to move on into our third game. I typically usually don't play at all Thursday, but with making content and editing, it takes up a little bit of my time. So I do plan on getting about 3 to 4 games on Thursday, 7 to 8 Friday, and then 7 to 8 Saturday, 7 to 8 on Sunday, up until when NFL starts, but then I won't be playing on Sundays. But for our last game of the night, we're going to become this Buccaneers player. He has Johnny Unitas and Ed Reed. That was a yellow zone. I've learned, my friend's been telling me, don't use your Ed Reed. Use his 90 zone. Put him in and let the CPU control him. He'll make the plays for you. Use a more speedy player with less zone, so he can't be as good by himself. Puts us up 7-0. Our opponent, though, does come back. O.J. Howard over the middle. Run a little bit of gun bunch himself. He's going to hit the corner route. I don't know who that is. Devontae Smith, number 6. But then on 3rd and 6, like I said, my best defense, I just trap him in the red zone. The spaces confined, not as much room to throw. You can't throw those deep passes. You can't throw those corner routes. I don't have to put purples. I just got to cover the hard flats. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 6. And I had a one-on-one with the A, and I mean, I dropped the pick, but I don't think he would have got it. Now 7-0. We're going to go on a long drive. There's only going to be a couple of clips, but a lot of just checking out the LT. I mean, your most casual players don't know how to cover the hard flats. Keep the game simple. I don't believe I'm a really good player. I just think everyone I play is really bad. And another check down the LT, and I'm not even going to get into the end zone, but that's going to be all for our opponent. 3-0 to start Weekend League. I'm about to go in and play my next batch, this is Friday night. I'll show updates. I end up getting a bunch of coins from these solos, but that's going to do it all for this episode. A little short, but until next time, peace.